Anti-Afro Bengalis. We have received word that April Bagley, fingernails on the chalkboard, M3, and whatever you want to call her, along with another freak who Rev G handled in federal court and filed complaints at his job, they have been releasing the legal names of people who used to be in their chat. See, that's what they do. If you do not follow what they say, I'll be more specific. Fingernails on the chalkboard. If you don't do what she says, she will find a way to put your personal information out there. Now, it just depends on who we're dealing with, how they would feel about that. But just imagine if you had a chat and you had people who were there and they're no longer there and you see them other places, they get pissed. Then they start to say, you know what? I want to put their name out. I want to drop their name in chats. I want to make sure people know what their first and last name is. Can you imagine what an average person might think about that? You ever wonder what happened to Elle? Ever wonder what happened to Moms Davis? I mean, I can't imagine somebody putting me in a position where they think they can control what the hell I say because they're going to release information. Are you serious? They have no other way to be relevant other than to threaten people unprovoked. It's not self-defense. It's evil. It's pure, unadulterated evil as a means of kidding yourself into thinking you got shit under control when you don't. It's also criminal, you know, with the Social Security situation. And it's so ridiculous to think when someone perpetrates a crime like this that they're going to get a knock on the door the next day. What they did was criminal. Unadulterated, full-blown criminal. And they're just so angry because they don't have any criminal behavior, no actual criminal behavior that we have perpetrated. That's what's making them the most angry. There is nothing there. So their anger drives them just to make shit up about whoever they have this anger towards, this unjustified anger, which is actually anger itself, because they're looking at who they're targeting and coveting everything that they have from A to Z while trying to pretend that they got a perfect world. There's no such thing as a perfect world that you would be living in. That they go overboard trying to make it appear that everyone else is miserable. How's everybody else miserable? What they try to do when they see people enjoying themselves, that's when they come in and try to disrupt. That's when they come in and start filing false complaints. They don't want anyone else to enjoy life because they don't enjoy life. I challenge anyone to put forth any alternative verification that April Bagley is all good or has good intentions, because no one is all good. I'll say has good intentions. I challenge anyone to put forth that theory and prove it. Now, let me say this. People get used to doing what they do to make them feel better, even if it's for a brief period of time. Once they get discovered, they kick in a whole new level that you might think is new. It's not new to them. It's been going on for a long, long time. Don't forget, everyone brings who they are to social media one way or another. Now, if you are used to operating in one mode or method, it is what it is. So with the situation with M3, April Bagley, whatever you want to call her, fingernails on the chalkboard, which I think is a very appropriate descriptor. It is all about convincing people of the vulnerability in order to see how much she can get out of you, how much help she can get, how much sympathy she can gather. But once she pursues something, she has her mind set on it being exactly the way she wants the circumstance to be. It could even appear to be legit or potentially legit. Oh, they're attacking my kid. She may put forth some information that causes people to think, well, we need to get more into this and see what happened. But once the actual criteria is not met, it's not, okay, it wasn't what it was. It wasn't what I said it was. Thank God it wasn't. That's not good enough. Now she has to pile on and pile on and pile on and keep trying to figure out a way to keep people interested in what she's saying. So she keeps adding on more names, adding on more scenarios, regenerating hysteria. It's just a revolving cycle. So I want to make sure we're on the same page because it's relevant. Silence screams louder. What the truth is. The truth is something to remain buried. Disasters remain hidden behind silent screaming. The more she tries to target people with this outrageous bullshit, the more you can be sure buried lies is the objective. Hidden disasters must stay where they are. So I want to get into what M3 or fingernails on the chalkboard is screaming so silently about. She doesn't want anyone to talk about. This has a lot to do with the actual facts versus making up all kinds of bullshit about TikTok and conjuring up situations that never occurred to the point where she puts together actual letters, complaining, claiming things happened that never happened. Look at the chart here. Look at what actually happened compared to what fingernails on the chalkboard claimed happened. Self-explanatory. But there's something that isn't self-explanatory. I'm going to help you out with this one. This has to do with not rumors, not lies, not even slander. It has to do with actual facts. It has to do with documented court information. Whoever comes to the internet, like I said, isn't coming new and innocent babe in the woods, which is what she tried to portray when she came on with the plants. No, it's a sinister bullshit hidden beneath that. Like I said, the silent screaming is hiding so much more. Let's start back in 2009, folks. Hate to be rude, but if it seems rude, it just is rude. We are not your damn secretaries. We are not going to sit up here and cater to naysayers. If you want questions answered, do your own damn research. We're giving the information. If people hit us up behind the scenes that we rock with, we'll clarify. But we're not here to do any demons research for them. Why don't you have M3, fingernails on the chalkboard, tell you what really happened? Get it from the demon's mouth. Yeah, I'll call her a demon because what she's doing and what she has done is downright evil. If things didn't work out as bad as she wanted them to be, that's when she started slandering people. If it turned out to be false, that her kid wasn't cyberbullied, she's going to make damn sure she reports that it actually happened. Not just report that it actually happened, she's going to add more lies to it. Now, look at this here, though. This is a 2009 case. This is cyberbullying of a child. You can look up the statute yourself. What ultimately happened with this case? We don't know. But there's always a way to research and get the facts. But why would we need to do any of that? When Fingernails on the Chalkboard can tell us all about who Tamara Grimsley is. You better believe she knows who the hell she is. She's the victim in this case. What happened? This is not my name up there. This is not Rev G's name up there. This is not any Anti-Fraud Warriors Friends of Support's name up here. This is April Bagley's name up here. It is worth looking into. I'm just revisiting it because we talked about it before, folks. But as you know, more and more lies continue to be spun because they want to keep us further and further away of looking at actual court documents, researching court documents. Now, granted, we've been very busy with other things. We know that Fingernails on the Chalkboard is just simply desperate to be spoken of. So let's go here. Got a little surprise for you, folks. If you weren't already aware, I take nothing for granted. Here we have 2 separate hearing dates. You see the date here, 11/2/2020 and 11/17/2020. Now let's clear something off the table. This ain't got shit to do with the pandemic. Why the hell would this have to do with the pandemic other than a court delay? We had a case in 2009, so here we are again. Something made it back to court. You have 2 people here. 2 different people. One of them brought an attorney to the hearing. You have Don Johnson, hearing date 11/2/2020, and then you have Patrick Dugan, hearing date 11/17/2020. Keep in mind the filing date is November 2nd, 2020. What the hell happened here? Who are these people? Let me tell you this much. This Patrick Dugan, by all indications, appears to be a judge. This is a judge who oversees cases in Philadelphia. What do you think is going on here, folks? Where Patrick Dugan would be at a hearing with an attorney. Plaintiff had counsel present. Don Johnson, who is that? Guess what we found? We found a Don Johnson, and what do you know? Her history is quite interesting. Her background, by the way, intersects with issues that Fingernails on the Chalkboard was complaining about back in the day. Don Johnson works in the social services field. And we had talked about this situation before. Who are these people? Someone who I will not name said they probably tried to help her, whoever they are. And we know what happens when you try to help those who don't feel that they're really worthy of the help. They don't trust it. What are they going to do? Stab you in the back. What are they going to do? Harass you after they beg for your help.